Hello, I'm Lyndon Thorpe. Welcome to Mindful Moments. Touch your heart every day. And I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday to help you lay down a foundation of mindfulness to sustain your busy life. Welcome. If you're here for the first time, welcome. This is a great choice, investment of your energy and interest in something that could save your life, could save you from burnout. And if you're here again, thank you for coming back. And I hope that your mindful practice is really getting stronger and you're getting lots of strength and relief from it. So this week's theme, we've been talking about how we can align purpose with profit. So our purpose in life is very important. If I didn't know my purpose in life, I think I would be a really lost soul. But I've always known my purpose. And so that keeps me going in the right direction. And nowadays, I can create my own personal economy online as a business owner. And so I can make some money from my purpose. My approach to this is that there are 8 billion individuals on planet Earth presently. We are each unique, utterly unique, different DNA, different fingerprints, different ancestries, different talents, different perspectives. And so it's wonderful to imagine each person sharing their particular talent or perspective with the global community. In this way, we can really honor diversity and inclusion and equity, hopefully, with ethical visibility and so on. So please follow my work if you'd like to know more about these topics. I really promote uniqueness, our unique individual spirits and nature. And I believe that this is part of our future. I worked with Indigenous Aboriginals for a while. And when you ask the seniors, the elders, how they see life, human life, life on Earth, animal life, plant life, and so on, they say it's just a giant tapestry. And each person, each soul, each entity, each species is a stitch in that incredible tapestry. And we need to ask ourselves, what is the condition of that stitch? So what's your stitch like? This is a good place to start thinking about your purpose. Is it faded? Is it broken? Is it missing? Has it disappeared? Or is it vibrant and colorful and in good condition? So if we ask ourselves about the condition of our stitch and how it's working in the great tapestry of all life, then I think we can begin to get into a different mode of thinking, a different mode of considering ourselves and our position, and with a little more encouragement, a little more mindfulness, and maybe even a transformation session. I give 30-minute recalibration sessions to find one's purpose. Then you can change everything. We can change everything. We are the supreme rulers of our minds and our bodies and our spirits. So we can change everything, and we're the only people who can make those changes. So, as we go into our practice today, please reflect upon that, that your purpose really is your most extraordinary asset. Think of it as an asset, along with your breath. Your breath is your most precious and valuable asset. Without it, you would be dead. Your purpose comes close because without it, you can't live fully. Well, let's bear that in mind as we go into our practice. If you're here for the first time, yes, you would benefit most from this practice if you sat with an erect spine, the crown of your head going up, the base of your spine going down. And if you're standing, great, the weight of your body going down through your feet flat on the floor, even if you're sitting, and use gravity to feel the weight of your sitting bones in the seat and the weight of your body going down through your feet. This will really ground you. Use gravity to help you with that. And then our human urge is to stand upright. And so we want to reach up to get the best fruit on the tree. And so imagine then your spine and the crown of your head emanating up into the sky. And that is the optimum position to be mindful in. Okay. And so the other thing is that each session we do starts with the ringing of a bell. And when you detect the vibration of my bell, please allow your eyelids to soften and let them float down. But don't close them entirely, because if you close them, you become sleepy, perhaps. This work, mindful work, is about 100% more, but at least 100% of alertness, of awareness, heightened awareness. And that's also the best benefit to get from this session. Later, you'll feel the rest and relaxation that is a byproduct. But if you want to do this work, if you want to make these changes, then you have to be 100% present. Okay, let's get started. Here we go. Wonderful. So just take a few moments. Make the transition from the overwhelming stimuli of the visual field and the intellectual mind with all its firework displays of thoughts and concepts and methods and so on, to come down into your inner core. This is your unique resting place. It's also your resource hub, because you have everything you could ever need to be truly happy and truly fulfilled right here inside you. If we spend all our time looking outside, then we neglect the glories we have inside. And they far surpass the intellectual mind. We have many minds, The intellectual mind is a tool, but there are many minds that are much more seminal, much more anchoring, that our ancestors used before this race to acquire material objects and acquire knowledge and so on, which has become a commodity. And so, yeah, come down into your core. And as you do so, the first thing you'll notice, perhaps, is your breath. We close down the visual, we can really focus on the breath. And as I mentioned, your breath is your most precious asset, the most valuable. Without it, you couldn't exist. And it's unconditional. It's there every single day waiting for you. And you can sleep and breathe, which I personally find a miracle. And each day I celebrate that miracle with gratitude. The second thing you'll notice is your tendency perhaps to generate words and images as I talk. And you don't need to do that in this invisible world. I will provide everything you need, so simply follow my voice. So breathe consciously with your breath. Don't change anything. This is a non-doing session. You don't have to do anything. Just breathe with your breath. Enjoy the rhythm. And notice if your shoulders are tight or your chest is constricted, your arms are tight, because this will change by the end of the session. So just take a note of that as we proceed. So please follow your breath just as you follow my voice. And let's get started. Okay, stage one. Please gather together all the energy of your remarkable, unique mind into a laser beam, a strong, bright, hot laser beam. No distractions. No visual distractions, no distractions from the intellect. Simply gathering together to channel all of that incredible, powerful energy that we each have into a laser beam. Focused, penetrating laser beam of your unique energy and mind and spirit. Wonderful. And now we'll slide that laser beam outside your immediate environment, outside your walls and windows, outside your ceiling, outside your vehicle if you're in a vehicle, and if you're outdoors, as far afield as you can. And we're going to start to scan, using that laser beam, the environment systematically, above, below, to the left, to the right, in front and behind. And when you encounter a vibration, we're scanning to detect vibrations. When you encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. No need for labels, no need for words here. And we want to go beneath all the symbols, the words, the images. They are symbols that we need to function in the intellectual, visual world. But here we don't need them. We're going to get beneath them, behind them. So scan methodically, as far afield as you can, near, far, large vibrations, small vibrations. And when you encounter a vibration, pause, accept it, move on. No labels, no guessing. And as you scan, imagine you are a tiger in a jungle, stalking through the undergrowth. Every skin pore, every hair follicle is alert and aware. And every vibration in your environment, no matter how near, how far, how small, how large, could be your next meal or the threat that will cause you to fight or survive or not survive. So scan using your entire entity from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. And when you encounter a vibration, pause, stay very still, accept, and continue on, detecting vibrations and stalking through the environment. One 100% aware and alert. Every hair follicle, every skin pore, listening out into the outer environment. Animals living in the wild and people living in the wild too can scan their environment up to 10 miles and detect any vibrations, so they can predict what's coming their way, often in terms of weather or stampedes of animals or whatever. And I've been with them when they do this, so I know it's a fact. We can do it too. We're just out of the habit. Our ancestors did it to survive, but the last 400 years we have focused on the limited mind, as I call it, between the ears, brilliant but limited, instead of focusing on our whole being, living fully from our body, our spirit, and our unlimited mind. This is where the magic really happens. And this is reality. Okay, lovely. Let's move on to stage 2. Slide the laser beam of your mind, unique, hot, bright, penetrating, slide it inside your immediate environment. Inside your walls and windows and ceilings, inside your vehicle, inside a 30-meter radius around you if you're outdoors, and go ahead to start to scan. Above, up into the sky, below, down into the earth, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. When you encounter a vibration, pause. Every hair follicle, every skin pore alert. Accept it without question and move on. No labels, no guessing. We don't do that. We don't need to do that here in the invisible world. And as you scan meticulously, inch by inch, right up into the corners of your room, up into the roof of your interior of the car, right up into the 30-meter radius around you if you're outdoors, then scan meticulously, little by little. And as far afield as you can, up into your house, up into the roof, down into the basement, seeking out vibrations. And as you do that, let me talk a little bit about your breath. Most adult humans breathe between 20 and 24,000 times every day, every 24 hours. We mostly don't notice this. It happens unconditionally. We don't have to do anything unless we're sick or we have some kind of breathing problems. The breath is always there, and that's because of our unique relationship with planet Earth. It's the only planet we know that provides breathable air. And our bodies are 100% evolved now, so we can really efficiently process that air, retain the nutrients from it, expel the unwanted elements, the harmful elements, and so thrive. Survive and thrive. So take a moment to feel deep gratitude for your breath. And remember, gratitude is not a thought, it's a state. You feel it right down in your gut. You feel it up in your solar plexus. You feel it in your heart. You feel it emanating across your chest. It's a state. And it may bring tears, may bring smiles. It's an emotional state. But let it come. Let it flow. That sense of gratitude is your foundation for any success, but particularly your success inside. your success for yourself, not for an audience. I feel that real, strong, deep gratitude for your breath and for this amazing opportunity to be a human being. Okay, let's move on to stage. Light the laser beam of your mind, bright, hot, unique, and penetrating inside your body, right down to the tips of your toes, and start to scan along the tops of your feet, along the soles of your feet towards the heel, seeking out vibrations, detecting tightnesses or darknesses, illuminating them with the light of your mind. And then slide your laser beam up into your ankle joints, make space, soften the cartilage, warm up the joints. Then we start to scan up the lower leg, little by little, detecting vibrations, illuminating darkness. Eventually, we encounter the calf muscles, often hard from the bombardment of gravity, bad posture, tiredness, etc. So soften them with the heat and light of your mind. Slide up into your knee joints, make space, soften the cartilage, illuminate the joints, and then start to scan up or along the thigh, the longest bone muscle area in most humans. Systematically, detecting any vibrations from bone, blood, ligaments, they all give off vibrations, which we can learn to detect. And then eventually we come into touch with the torso, and at the base of the torso is the base chakra. This is a congregation of nerve endings and so on, and it's such an important place to generate energy from. It's the place of creation, of birth for women, procreation for men, and also elimination for all of us. And if we want to survive, we have to eliminate the toxins that build up inside our bodies and our minds. So, nearby the base chakra, you'll find 3 to 5 little coccyx bones. Scan up those. Then we come to the sacrum, the weight-bearing bone at the bottom of the spine. Scan up that, detecting any vibrations. And then we come to the chunky bones of the lumbar spine, bone, disc, bone, disc. These are weight-bearing bones, so they're quite big and strong. Scan up the back of the body now, in the center, at the back of the body, behind the intestines, processing your food madly. Climb up further, bone, disc, the bones and disc getting smaller as we climb up the spine. Climb up behind your solar plexus at the base of your rib cage, and your diaphragm, your principal breathing muscle. Climb up behind, bone, disc, and eventually we come to the rib cage, and inside the rib cage all your vital organs, but especially your heart, magnificent heart, beating away, emanating electromagnetic vibrations 60 times stronger than the brain. Climb up behind your heart, bone, disc, and right up into the top part of your chest, your lungs. They are processing away, flickering away, purifying the oxygen 24/7 for 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years without fail. Climb up behind your lungs, bone, disc, disc, and eventually you come to the notch on the back of your neck. Please reach up and touch it to make sure you're alert. And from here on up, the cervical spine, much smaller bones and discs, climbs up, bone, disc, and disappears up inside the skull. And right at the top is the atlas joint. This is a remarkable joint where the skull pivots. It's not attached to the spine. It's held in place by muscles of the head, neck, and upper back. That's why this is your most important area. And it allows us to become master creators. We have over 10,000 different orientations of the head and facial expressions to use. So we are superior communicators compared with other animals. And there you have it. Above the crown of your head and the sky, down through your feet, the earth, and in between your spine, emanating upwards, and your lower body gravitating downwards. When you detect the vibration of my bell, allow your eyelids to float open and glance softly ahead. Wonderful. Okay, so if you feel as good as I do after just 30 minutes, then this is wonderful practice and it's working. So please continue to look out from this place of a lengthened spine, which you lengthened by at least 1 centimeter without doing a thing, just using the power of your laser mind. Your whole body is aware, like a tiger in the jungle, through whole body listening. And your breath, the rhythm has changed now, much slower, your shoulders are softer, and you can really enjoy that breath from your diaphragm. Stay in this anchored position as you navigate the visual intellectual world. This will ensure that you don't get pulled out and become a victim of burnout, which is the most terrible state to get into. So please enjoy the next few days. I'll be back on Tuesday, the 17th, at the same time, same place. In the meantime, if you want to continue on with your mindful practice yourself, please buy a license for my product, which is called Lodestone One. It's a 30-day transmission, building towards really encountering your true nature and becoming entirely mindful. So thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great few days. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.